We're live. All right. So, first of all, thank you guys for watching. 2016 has been a year that I did not do a lot for the channel, for the website, or any of that. 2016 was a year for personal growth, and I'm happy to say that it was fantastic in that regard. My life significantly got better in my personal life. Work, everything significantly better. A year ago at this time, I had been in this house for about a week or two and was still trying to get settled, figure out what I wanted to do, for example, with my office right here, which I'm happy to say has come along very nicely. And especially this week, I've done quite a bit in my office this week to help with storage and things like that. But, I've really took a lot of time this year to focus on the things I had to do before I could put in the effort to my channel and website and all of that. Now, some of you may know, you've probably gone to my website in the last couple of days. It's been down. I'm considering switching to a different host and things like that. Chances are I'm going to have to switch the URL. It might not be rpgjuice.com anymore. But I don't know what it's going to be yet. In the process of figuring all that out. So a lot of stuff's going on there. When I started 2016, I didn't know it would take as long as it did for me to get everything straightened out and squared away. And I'm sorry for that. I know there's a lot of people who have sent me messages and wanted to do collabs, wanted to play games with me and things like that. And honestly, there just wasn't a lot of time. I tried to make it happen at times. I tried to squeeze it into my schedule. And I've let people down. So again, I am sorry about that. When 2016 started, I had just started working at my previous employer after moving. I'd been there for almost 2 months, a little over 2 months. October 28, 2015 was when I went back. And by the time 2016 started, I was working a lot of hours, about 60 hours a week. January and February, I was working over 60 hours, closer to 70. My family moved over here officially in around that time. I think it was like February or March. I can't remember exactly. I think it was March, actually. And then once we hit March in my family, there's birthdays through June, wedding anniversary, things like that. So that carried on into summer. And when summer hit, there was a lot going on then. I wasn't in the Provokers for season 2. We had just wrapped up season 1. And then I went back to the one-shot group. Was kind of an admin, not like an honorary admin for a minute. That didn't work out. And, I kind of was asked to step down from that. And I did. And it was what it was. And I ran a couple one-shots after that, 2 in particular. Fun games. I really enjoyed those, met some really cool people, but didn't do as much as I wanted to do. Didn't do as much with my channel. And again, I've been working since all of that craziness in the summer. I'm still working 50 to 60 hours a week sometimes. Sometimes I'm able to work only a 45-hour week. That's quite an accomplishment, I feel, for me at work. For example, at work, when I was hired in, we've only got one person in the department working for me from the time I came in. Only one of them. I had 4 people that worked for me. Only one of them is still there. Right now, I have 4 people that work for me again. And actually, we had another person along the way that left. We got up to, when I was brought back, the goal was to have 6 people total in the department. We were up to 7 for a minute, flash in the pan. We're right now down to 5. So One of them only there for a couple, I'd say about a month, 2 months. He's doing really well, which has been helping me. And again, the better they get, the more time I'm going to have in my personal life, because I won't have to work on nights. I won't have to go in on weekends, things like that. And I know this is more personal stuff than it is my channel, so I'm sorry about that. But it's been the best year of my life personally. I've got 2 home groups of D&D going. Actually, one. The other one, I kind of fizzled out really quick. We played a couple games. There was a couple who was new to it. The guy enjoyed playing. His girlfriend just wasn't as into it. I probably could have done some things differently. I've learned from that, I think. She thought the games went too long, and I only run about 3-hour games. I don't usually go past 3 hours in my home group. Sometimes we'll go to 4, depending on things, but so I don't think it was the fact that the game was too long. It could have been some pacing on my part. Maybe it wasn't intense enough, or there's something. So I can learn something from it. I got to go back and analyze that some more to figure it out. But he won't play unless his girlfriend comes. He's very attached to her. They're like attached at the hip. But I've got a guy I work with. Actually, 2 guys I work with. My best friend, who went through divorce this year, he's in my group. He seems to be enjoying it. He does get distracted by his cell phone. Some people have said, hey, you need to take a cell phone away. I'm not doing that. But I could see why they would say that. And by they, I mean people online that I've talked about it with. But yeah, I've got possibly another player joining me. Actually, the new guy that works for me expressed a little bit of interest. Said he would be interested in trying it. So I started asking him some questions. I said, so what are you into? Are you into watching like Lord of the Rings? Are you reading books or anything like that? And again, no. Yeah, I couldn't figure out anything that he's really into that would translate. So I'm just going to present a bunch of options, tell him what would be simpler, ask him how much complexity he wants, and explain to him that the more complex the character, the more focus he needs to have. I don't think that would be a problem with him. I think he would be able to handle something like that. But yeah, so we've got 4 players. So Luke, Rob, Matt, Finch, my wife, and so 5 players. And that campaign's been fun. There's some stuff going on with that, which I do recaps on my channel. So if you ever are interested, you can check out the recaps. It's called the 8 Pillars of Death campaign. So if you want to check that out, go check out the playlist for it. But the other group that fizzled out, I called it my couples group. It was couples, and then it was my friend Matt. So we had Jordan and Kieran, which we had started this back in like April, and then Kieran was gone for like 2 months out of state. And at first they didn't want to play without her. Then they changed their mind, and then something else came up where she started school or something, and we couldn't line up everyone's schedule to play. And it just went month after month like that. And we came together and played without certain people and stuff like that, but it just wasn't. It was really hard to get the schedule to work out correctly for everybody, whether it was someone commuting from far away or not wanting to do it on specific nights, or whatever, not giving enough notice at one point, which I gave them like 3 weeks notice one time, and it still didn't matter. It's like no matter what, we just couldn't make the schedules line up, and that's okay. I mean, sometimes it's just not meant to be, I know my wife liked her character from that campaign more than the other one. I said, hey, we can have your current character go and this one step in somehow story-wise, and she wasn't interested, so whatever. But yeah, what else? I mean, 2016 towards the end here, I've been spending more time with my family, my kids, and I love it. Like, it's great. I come home, my normal day on a weekday, at the earliest I will get home is about 4:30. We eat dinner at about 5:30, and then I try to do something with the kids for at least a little bit. So we'll just say 6:30, 7 o'clock is the first time I'm not with my kids. And at that point, you know, you got to spend time with your wife. You just have to. You know, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, whatever. If there's anything you guys do together, whether it's shows you watch, movies, maybe you've got to go shopping, you know, your duties as a husband and father take precedence. The only time I've really felt like I could do a video is usually at like 9:30 at night. And I mean, I wake up at 6 in the morning, I go to work. You know, it just doesn't make sense all the time to just do that. So then you have weekends. Weekends, it seems like we are always doing something. You know, obviously I watch football. That's like 3 hours on my Saturday. I try to spend time with the family. We go do things, go to the park, things like that. Go to the mall. I mean, just there's always something. And any of you who have a couple kids or even a kid probably understand what I'm talking about. So anyways, I am going to be making a priority to do videos, but there are some things I'm doing on the side as well, besides videos. So 2017, I promise you there will be some videos, and my wife wants to be more involved in that. So now my time with her might be shared with that. And so that might make it easier. Whereas before there was interest there, but it wasn't a, hey, let's do this. I mean, she bought me this little camera for Christmas, for example. She wants me to get involved more with videos. So it's going to happen. And I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. So with that, 2016 is over. I will do a video about what you guys can look forward to in 2017, some of the videos I'm bringing back. I'm gonna be working on some stuff in my free time this next week, for, you know, for an hour here and there to help with the relaunch of a website, the relaunch of my channel. So all that, you know, should be coming in 2017, but I will talk about that in a 2017 video. So thank you guys for watching, and join me in a partnership for a Buckeye-free America. I'm just kidding. Peace out, guys. Enjoy. Happy New Year.